Alright, you guys, remember how in the last episode I mentioned that EB Games had a deal going on where you could trade in a game and you would get a free Funko figure? Well, I took that deal, and I had to choose between 3 characters: Raiden, Liu Kang, and Sub-Zero. You can either just look up there, or the title, or the thumbnail, or, really just common decency or common sense. But, yeah, I took Sub-Zero. It's not the chase, but hey, it's free. So that's 1 down. So really now all I have to get is 5 more and I have the entire set. And this was free, and this deal is still on, so I might trade in some more games. Really cool. I talked about the Scorpion Sub-Zero 2-pack before, but now let's talk about Sub-Zero himself. I'm trying to be more careful when you open these so you don't damage the box. Sometimes he's got to be quick about it, otherwise he might bend the entire thing. There we go. I still am not totally past the fact that Mortal Kombat got their own line. I love it. Let's just pause for a second. Alright, got the thumbnail. Let's have a look at this dude. This is his, I'd have to say, Grandmaster variation, because he does not have the ice on his hands, that makes it Cryomancer, and this is not it's not ice, which is Unbreakable, which, to be honest, would have been a lot cooler than the actual chase. I know I've complained about the chase before, it's just him holding an ice ball, but let's not worry about that. Let's not talk about what's bad right now, let's talk about what's great. I've talked about this time with all of these, but just look at the detail. Right down, I noticed this earlier, and I love this. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but the straps on his head actually make creases. Not sure if that's intentional or not, but that kind of detail is phenomenal. And I love that his eyes are blue, because normally their eyes are black, and his eyes aren't like that in the game. Quite the opposite, they're quite normal, but it's just a fun little reference to the fact that he's Sub-Zero. He's got the daggers on his arms, he's got the sort of dreadlock thingies on the back. Even once again, down to all the little lines just on his cloak, on his uniform, I guess? But let's talk about something which is kind of bad. Look at the paint job on his hand. Let me just turn that over there. Not sure if this is just mine, but his hand, it doesn't look like they actually fully finished painting it. And it also goes with this hand a little bit, if you can see it. So, yeah, that is kind of annoying. But I will say, it's a unique mold. It's not the same as Scorpion's. It's quite similar to Scorpion's, and like how I complained with the last one, how it's literally, with the 2-pack, I actually got it right here, how it's just the exact same mold flipped. Here they at least changed things up between the 2 of them. Oh, so I talked about this earlier. Here's something which I'm glad I can do now. Put them there, because they don't have a number, so in your face, I don't care about where this one goes. And then put Sub-Zero here. What does it look like? Looks like Scorpion just got frozen by Sub-Zero. Again, I've talked before about how I think a cooler chase would have been him holding a person's spine or a skull, because that at least would have been a reference to his actual fatality. But then again, I kind of have a feeling that was mentioned at one point, but Funko decided no, because that would be too graphic. And I get it. There are kids who collect these, but I never really thought these were made for kids in the first place. I always felt these were made more as collectors, sort of like for more for adults. Anyhow, give me a minute, I'll pop them back in and we can talk about the rest. There we go. I really like the box, actually. I've talked about how it's Mortal Kombat X, so I like they went with that design. it's in a case, by the way, if it seems kind of reflective. I like how they've even gotten, they got the details on, his hat, on the hood on the little cartoon picture. What I will say, though, is I was thinking about it, and I get, this is Crossroads once again, this is the background image. Here's the thing. With Scorpion, that made sense, because it's kind of close to the Netherrealm, which is sort of where he's from. With the others, wouldn't it have made more sense to put it in, Shang Tsung's temple? Sort of have that as a little bit of a throwback to the old Mortal Kombat? Or at least with Sub-Zero, maybe it would have made more sense to have it in the frozen forest, or the Liu Kang, or not Liu Kang, the Lin Kuei, sorry, the Lin Kuei Temple. Again, I kind of understand once they have a certain design, they got to stick with that for that series, and we might get like a series 2, because from what I can tell, these have been super popular. And I really hope we do get a second series, because I'd love to see like Aaron Black or Ermac, Reptile. Who else? I'd love to see the Cyrax and Sector, because I think those guys would be awesome. Shao Kahn would be amazing. Like, I could go on and on and on, and people would buy them. So the box itself is in great condition, and when it gets down to it, can I recommend Sub-Zero for you? Well, it kind of goes without saying, but if you're trying to collect Mortal Kombat ones, there's a good chance you already got him. He's not perfect, but he's also a great figure. He looks great, his design, it's basic, it's simple, and yet very captivating and nice to look at. I'm going to give Sub-Zero an A. Yeah, and I think part of why I'm giving him an A is because I got him for free. That might be kind of biased, but shut up. It's free, so yay. And yeah, you guys, if you have any ideas for which ones I should look at next or something, let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, later.